The Black Stars have qualified for the World Cup after 2006, 2010, 2014, no 2018, 2022, yet another World Cup will see Ghana. And it means a lot of things to many people. But today we want to see and hear what it means to the first gentleman of the land. Thank you, Mr. President, for doing this interview with us.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we're all happy and proud of our boys. They've done quite well to qualify. I think that the team's morale and spirit is high. A few years back, Ghanaians were a bit, dejected in the Stars, but I can see that spirit of support for the Stars coming back. The Black Stars are one of the symbols that unite us as Ghanaians, because the support for the Black Stars cuts across political party lines, it cuts across ethnic lines. And so I believe that the opportunity to go back onto the world stage and exhibit what Ghanaians can do is something that we're looking forward to. Just recently, the University of Development Studies came to me with a trophy they had won in the World University Soccer Competition, beating no mean team like Brazil. So I believe that we should take it step by step by step, and like we almost did in South Africa, be the first country to go beyond the semi-finals and into the finals of the next World Cup. But we're happy, we're proud of the boys. I want to congratulate the management team and all those who have contributed to this success.
Getting to best or better what Morocco did by getting to the semi-final will be some feat. But starting from the bottom, what does this mean to you as John Mahama, not as President of Ghana?
Well, I'm not too much into football, but the Black Stars are my #1 football team. And so anytime the Black Stars are playing, I'm anxious to see them win, come out victorious. Sometimes it's a bit nerve-wracking to watch, especially when the goals are not coming. And so the last time I spoke with them, I asked them whether I should eat before I watch the match or eat after I watch the match. And they say I can eat after I watch the match because they're going to score. And they performed brilliantly. So to me, I'll be watching them every step of the way. And as president of this country, it is my duty to make sure that the right conditions are created for them to be able to make us proud. We've learned a lot of lessons from 2014, the last outing, that when there were so many controversies in the camp and all that. And so we're using those lessons to avoid anything like that, distracting the boys again so that they can give up their best and make Ghana proud.
From your high office, Mr. President, what do you want to assure Ghanaians will be some of these measures to ensure that Brazil does not happen again?
One, discipline and transparency. We believe that this campaign should be a more disciplined, campaign. Aside from that, there should be transparency. Often when decisions are made and funding is opaque and all that, it creates all kinds of rumors in the society, and then creates all kinds of misperceptions in people's minds. And so one of the things I've told the Minister of Sports and Recreation and the GFA management is that we want to be transparent in how the national soccer teams are funded so that Ghanaians understand that their resources are being used properly. And so discipline and transparency are going to be the two watchwords, in terms of the next campaign we're going to.
Speaking of discipline, transparency, and campaigns, Mr. President, I'd like to know how badly do you think Brazil and the fiasco, how badly did it dent your reputation to the extent that it affected your political fortunes?
It actually dented Ghana's reputation. I think that it is a practice that had, occurred over time. And there was suspicion between the players and the GFA, and between the GFA and the players and government, because the players always had the thinking that, either somebody was going to divert funding that was due them and all that. I think that we've learned those lessons. We've come, up. I think in that particular instance, the players refused to train.
Yes.
And they refused to go to the pitch if they didn't see their money in fiscal cash, And so in an attempt not to let them feel discouraged and not play or something like that, some decisions were taken. But all that is behind us now.
Yes.
We've encouraged the GFA to ensure that we're able to process the payments that are due to the players as quickly as possible. And like I said, that's why we want to be transparent. If government has given a certain amount of money, we know what the budget is. And I've said that as much as possible, we should let the public know what the budget is and what is due to every player and all that. So that before the campaign starts, government will put money into the budget. We're encouraging the private sector to join, to fund, the campaign. And so we'll know how much money is there, how much is going to every player. They all have accounts now, and so we can pay the money directly into their accounts instead of carrying money fiscally and giving to them. And that's why I say the lessons of 2014 have been learned, and I believe that this will be a smoother, more disciplined, transparent campaign.
That's a relief. I know you said you're not much of a football person, but our qualification to the World Cup has come on the back of not qualifying for the Africa Cup of Nations. From a football point of view, what would you like to see from the Black Stars in the World Cup?
When we crashed out of the AFCON, it was heart-wrenching for all Ghanaians because it was the first time in many decades that
20 years
that Ghana had not gone for the AFCON. Ghana has been a permanent fixture in AFCON, and so it was quite hurtful, but I believe that the boys have made it up with qualifying for the World Cup. And so we must take it one step further in the competition itself to make Ghana proud. Like you said, we must follow in the footsteps of Morocco to go beyond the semi-final and probably, who knows, fingers crossed, bring that trophy home to make Ghana proud and make Africa proud.
Mr. President, because of time, what will be your final words to Ghanaians as we go to the World
My final word to Ghanaians is that we must all rally behind the Black Stars. We must support them, to the hilt. Let's not bring any partisan considerations or ethnic considerations. We are one in supporting the Black Stars. The Black Stars is our team. It's a team for all Ghanaians. It's our national team. And so let us support them. Let's also give the management and technical team some peace. I know that we're 33 million coaches in Ghana, but please, let us keep our coaching to ourselves and let the coaches and the managers handle the team without distracting them. There are sometimes we get so emotional, we start insulting some of the players and all that. And in these days of social media, people can say hurtful things, that will affect the mental health of the players. So please let us refrain from those things and support the Black Stars to the hilt.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.